Good morning here at Snowfalls Farm. It's 9 in the morning, and it is doing some weird weather stuff right now. So, we were supposed to get a storm over here, getting around, I think they called for 7 to 10 inches or so. But instead, what we have is the most sleet I think I've ever seen. It is just sleet, sleet, sleet everywhere. And it's coming down really hard and fast right now. So yesterday I spent a couple hours shoveling off the roof to the carriage house over here, this roof. Because I was a little worried that it was gonna collapse under all the weight of the snow that was up there. Plus, they were calling for heavy snow today, and ending with rain too. So, if you know Maine winters, if you have dry snow stacked up on your roof, and it rains on top of that, it just soaks it up inside of it, and it becomes 10 times heavier. So you'll have carports collapse, you'll have garages fold in, you'll have old barns break them, in half. I've even seen gas stations with like their awnings over the pumps. Those break and fall down. So I didn't want to chance it. And I also cleaned off the roof to the camper because I was worried about excess weight on top of that too, and the chicken coop. So, but there's still, I can only reach so high up there. It's not exposing very well, but we'll see if we can get it. Yeah, there's like 2 feet of ice up there, 2 feet of snow up there. Ice though, so the sleet is raining down, and I shoveled this pathway out yesterday so I could walk through here, and I mean, that is all sleet. I mean, that is so heavy and crazy. I don't even know. So the real reason I'm out here is to put wood in the boiler. It just kicked off at 180, so it made it through that heat cycle. I also have to feed the chickens too. They're, I think, out of food this morning, or they'll be pretty close to out of food. Might get a fire started inside the house too, just to warm it up a little bit since we're home and it's a snow day and it's nice and cozy with a fire inside. What do you think, Moxie? Do you like that on your paws? Oh, you found some kindling. Oh, that's your favorite, isn't it? Yes. All right, let's see what's going on here. I'll just cut down, so might blow up. Oh, good girl. Didn't explode. Got a good bit of coals in there. That probably would have run for another hour or so. I could see 2 gas vents going down, so I'm gonna scoop stuff around a little bit. I'll show you how much wood we have left right now. I made this new tool. It's total crap. I was hoping to make a tool that does 2 things. So the idea was I could push this side down the gas vent. I actually sharpened it on the end so it would fit down in there. But I also wanted something to rake the coals that had a little bit of, face to it to move stuff around. It actually works pretty good for that, but it does not get down into the vents very good at all. Like, I can hit a vent that's already open and, kind of work it down into there and open it up a little bit. But if it's already been clogged up with any sort of, crud or crap, there's no way it's going to open it up. But this is really good for just stirring up all the coals. I think it would be better if the end piece was longer and the handle was thicker all thread or something a little better. than a little bit more rigid than what I have right now. So, what I do use to clean the gas fence is this. This is nice and long, and it's very thin, so I can usually sneak it in there and saw it out, literally saw it out. So, yes, we're getting low on wood in the old woodshed. Here's what we got right now. This is my last row. I started this 2 days ago. Wasn't stacked quite as high as the other ones. And I've been pulling pieces out that will fit inside the stove inside. They'll split. This will work right now inside. But like obviously rounds like this. That would never fit inside at all. It's weird not having a view of the river behind this, you know. We've had good ice coverage on the river for a little over a month right now. And by good, I mean over a foot thick of ice. So I've talked about this before, but what I'd really like to do is take this partition wall out. So I'm trying to pull the wood from this side to open that up a little bit, so I can take this wall out. It's just a little bit too tight to walk through with the 24-inch, wood over to the boiler. Plus, then I can stack the rows all the way across. So I'm about halfway through all the wood that I cut for this winter, and got like a month left of heating season, I guess, so we're doing pretty good. Almost forgot this cardboard box. I'll throw that in there too. If it burns, it's going in. Alright, we got a couple nooks and crannies in there. It's kind of like a Tetris game, right? Let's see what we got left. So we got, this probably go right here. And this one on this side. I could have gone bigger over there. Might be able to find a little thin slice. How about this one? Oh yeah, perfect. Perfect. Good. Alright. So what time is it now? So it's 9 o'clock. So I loaded this last night at 8. So we'll just check it again around 9 o'clock tonight. See how it's doing. Alright, so I got a couple pieces I want to split for the fire inside. My poor old splitting spot here got cracked by the maul. This sucker. The Fiskars. Really? What are you getting into? This axe is the best. The Fiskars Super Split. I think this one's got the, it's the longer handle. It's like 32. Watch out, Mom. Here. Want the stick? Want the stick? Okay. Alright, what else we got? That's a naughty one. Almost hit that same spot. Yikes. Alright, one more. Looks like maple. Yeah. I think my split log is done. This is a big axe for kindling, but I need a couple pieces. A couple pieces of kindling that Moxie won't steal, hopefully. Don't steal this, okay, Moxie? Ironically, I think she's chewing on a dogwood stick. That's kind of funny, Moxie, huh? Alright. Not quite ready to bring this in yet, but I don't want it to get all... Well, I don't know if I can get sleety or not. Should have brought the log sling out here, Moxie. Why didn't we do that? That was stupid. That was stupid. You like a beaver? Are you a beaver? Ready? She needs her exercise. Took her for a run yesterday. Oh, that's good. That's good. Alright. Might be a good idea to go back in and get the log sling, actually. Just to make it a little easier to carry all that stuff out. Stuff sounds so weird under your feet. Ah! You brought it back. Ah! Yeah. Ready? I'm not throwing it that way. Moxie, I'm throwing it this way. There you go. There you go. Nice job. Yeah, I got the snowmobile back up to the house. Not that it's reliably running, but who's keeping track? Now I hear the girls. Hey girls. You don't want to come out here, trust me. How you doing for food? Oh, you got a little bit. You didn't run out yet. I bet you're thirsty though. We'll get you some more, okay? We'll get you a little more food. Leave the light on. Look at that one in the back. Let's check to see how their water's doing. Gosh, all this sleet. Get in the way of the door even functioning. Yikes. At least the sleet's not in here. Oh, you got water. You got water, huh, girls? Yeah, let me close this so you don't get a draft, huh? Alright, we might get you fresh water though, since I'm working on it anyway. Yeah, I also cleaned off some of the post office roof here. Not that it needed it. With that tin roof, actually, I don't know why it didn't shed this time. Usually it sheds its snow pretty pretty good. But this is the part I was really worried about. I got that as high as I could. But man, that sleet is running down off of there. It's not sticking at all to the roof surface. So we're ending up with like this huge snowbank right here. I mean, that's all sleet. I can't even get around it almost. Oh, it's dark. It is dark, Moxie. Put my headlamp on? Oh. Battery's dead. Battery's dead. We'll give him a little sunflower seed as a treat. They love that. Hungry girls. Alright, we also have this omega stuff I've been giving them too. It's got some probiotics in it. It's hard in the wintertime for the chickens. You know, it's hard for the chickens in the winter. They like to eat outside. Come on, Maki. You know, grabbing bugs. Oops. There we go. Eating bugs and worms off the ground. Yikes. That's where it's at in reality. You know, they're spoiled this year though. That run that I made them helps a lot with keeping the snow off of their area so they can be outside, but they're still protected from the elements and stuff. So yeah, we had the original coop and we just added the addition on there. This past summer we did a bunch of projects and that was one of them. I got any eggs in here? So we don't have to worry about them freezing today. The road looks like absolute garbage. Yeah, pretty gross. Ugh. Yeah, that's brown, Moxie. And pretty much exhausted. You still have that stick, don't you? Yeah, you do. You're a complete goober. You're a complete goober. So this is a heated waterer. You're not supposed to have it off the ground, but in my experience, even when it's -20, it still works to have it hanging like that. It keeps it off the dirt and, you know, crud and leaves and everything, so the chickens don't ruin their water right away. As far as, this is hard to walk in. As far as getting water for chickens, you know, in the wintertime, it's kind of a tricky thing, right? I've had really good luck with these little hoses. and a good spigot. That terminates inside of the house. So it stays nice and warm. Just gotta make sure you drain the hose out. When you're done with it. So yeah, the hose is short enough you can just kind of run it out, and tuck it under the house so it's protected from the elements. Oh gosh. Oops, I got a bunch of frozen stuff in there. Oh, Max, you dropped your stick. Yeah, I don't know if the plow's gonna actually plow this out. Oh, there's my little A-frame with the mower and the splitter in it. Ow! How'd you do that? You hit me with your stick somehow. You are such a goober. You are a complete goober. You threw the stick in the air and it hit me, you little mutt. It's sleeting even harder now. Alright. Here's some fresh water, you girls. Did you see? I gave some sunflower seeds. Huh? Alright. You don't want to come out, trust me. So, yeah, we got, hey girls, got a couple roosts in here that they can get up on to get off the ground. Got hay, we laid hay out. I read later that hay might not be the best thing for a coop though. And attached to this, there's a little thermal switch that keeps track of the temperature. So it only really uses the heating element when it needs to. But we used to have the water in the coop with them. Oh, you're a pretty girl. In the coop with them. But you get a lot of problems with moisture. And, you know, in the cold, it really makes it raw for the chickens. And we're having all kinds of problems with that. So the air connas are not as susceptible to getting like frostbite on their combs and stuff, but the other chickens definitely were. The golden comets. Hey. Why do you want to have fun out here? It's miserable. It's sleeting so hard. Oh, you're a goober. Oh, it's disgusting outside. Alright, so we're going to grab that wood, get it inside for an inside fire, and it'll be nice and cozy now. Won't have to come back outside unless I want to, you know. Well, except for plowing, which is going to be a whole nother thing. To see if I could actually plow or not. With that plow, it doesn't cut down into the snow. It doesn't have a metal cutting edge, it's got a rubber cutting edge. I'll have to do a special video on that. It's a snow sport plow. I love it, just because I don't have to use a snow blower, which there's absolutely, positively no flipping way any snow blower would be able to move any of this, because it weighs 1,000 pounds per square inch, and the prospect of the plow not working means we either have to drive on top of it and make that work, or, you know, shovel it by hand, which would be the most miserable time of our entire existence. So I would much much prefer to be able to plow at least some of it out of here. So, or maybe we could tie something up to Moxie and you could pull a little scoop, huh? All right, thanks for tuning in, checking out from Snow Falls Farm.